The Lord of the Rings, how Gandalf the Grey and White are different. As a lifelong fan of J.R.R. Tolkien's epic saga, The Lord of the Rings, I have always been captivated by the enigmatic figure of Gandalf the Grey turned white, having spent countless hours immersed in Middle-earth's lore and mythos. I can attest to the profound impact that this transformation holds within the narrative. It may seem like the shift from Gandalf the Grey to Gandalf the White in Lord of the Rings is just a cosmetic difference, but in reality, it carries a much greater symbolism. Known for his rich lore and extensive extended writings in the Silmarillion, J.R.R. Tolkien provides a deeper understanding of the transformation Gandalf experiences. There's a wealth of information about this change that can be gleaned from both his additional works and the original book. Following what appeared to be his demise and battle against the Balrog during the Fellowship of the Ring, Gandalf later resurfaces, undergoing a profound transformation for the rest of this travels across Middle-earth. In the Two Towers, Gandalf the White encounters the Fellowship, but informs them that he is not the same individual. He clarified that he was no longer Gandalf the Grey, but rather Gandalf the White. It's crucial to take note of the differences between Gandalf the Grey and Gandalf the White, going beyond the simple fact that the latter dons a lighter robe. Gandalf was brought back from death by the Valar. As a film enthusiast delving into the captivating world of Middle-earth, I've come to appreciate the profound differences between Gandalf the Grey and Gandalf the White. And so to truly grasp these distinctions, one must first understand Gandalf's enigmatic identity and his ancient divine lineage. And throughout the course of many years, Gandalf formed relationships with elves, dwarves, and hobbits, which gave him the opportunity to impart his wisdom and gain insights into Middle-earth. And at the same time, he was amassing intelligence about Sauron's upcoming return. Eventually, his role proved crucial in the unearthing and annihilation of the One Ring by bestowing it upon Bilbo and Frodo Baggins, and by the conclusion of his last journey through Middle-earth, Gandalf the Grey transformed into Gandalf the White as he departed with Frodo, becoming a unique and entirely fresh entity in some aspects. After the Fellowship was established with the objective of helping Frodo destroy the One Ring, Gandalf led them to the mines of Moria, a place where it seemed had perished. But death was not his final destiny. He reappeared in the Two Towers as Gandalf the White, a figure who looked familiar, yet appeared to possess greater power. This transformation from Gandalf the Grey to Gandalf the White occurred during this resurrection process. Gandalf's gray versus white forms, the main differences explained. Gandalf the Grey, one of at least 5 Astari, which included Saruman, Radagast the Brown, and 2 unidentified blue wizards, had considerable power, but it was after defeating the Balrog that he transformed into Gandalf the White, the representative of the Valar. And with this transformation came increased powers and insight. Although his personality and memories remained, this enhanced knowledge made him less forthcoming and more circumspect. In a recent statement, Ian McKellen, the actor who brought Gandalf to life in Peter Jackson's trilogy and later in the Hobbit trilogy, characterized the revamped version of Gandalf in The White as less lighthearted and more serious compared to his earlier portrayal. With his renewed sense of purpose as a servant of the Valor or Einar, this updated Gandalf no longer found time for leisurely smokes with Bilbo Baggins or delighted hobbits with fireworks. With his white attire and followers, Gandalf symbolized his elevated status among the Maiar. Earlier, Saruman had been the chief of the Order, but he sided with evil by allying with Sauron. And as a result, Gandalf assumed command over the wizards and was granted power to discipline Saruman. A notable contrast is that Gandalf the White was not shy about being firm and using his powers swiftly when necessary. For instance, in The Two Towers, he swiftly subdued the corrupted King Theoden, liberating him from Saruman's control in full view of the entire court. In a significant sequence, Gandalf the White shattered Saruman's staff with ease. Even though he had lost to the sorcerer previously, in the Return of the King, we witness a greater manifestation of Gandalf the White's powers, demonstrating increased speed and strength, that he even displays an impressive technique of wielding both his staff and sword, proving to be a swift adversary against Sauron's. Additionally, he exhibits unique abilities, such as communicating with Shadowfax, his horse, through a mental connection and resisting fire damage. However, in his journey to accumulate power and strength throughout The Lord of the Rings, Gandalf the White loses some of the endearing qualities that were characteristic of Gandalf the Grey. The Balrog killed Gandalf the Grey. The Balrog, much like Gandalf the White, isn't entirely understood in the Lord of the Rings movies, as it is an ancient and powerful creature. Originating from Middle-earth, Balrogs were corrupted by Morgoth, being even more malevolent than Sauron. And Durin's Bane, the specific Balrog you encounter in the Fellowship of the Ring, is one such example that was. This Balrog isn't just a simple lava monster. It is a veteran of the War of Wrath from the First Age of Middle-earth, dating back over 3,000 years. Old coal guys in the Third Age of Middle-earth, following Morgoth's defeat, the Valar dispatched the Astari, including Gandalf the Grey. However, the Balrog, an ancient and fearsome creature, was older still, and its power was such that even a powerful being like an Istari would quake at its presence. It is crucial to note that while the Balrog may appear as a towering, awe-inspiring beast, it is not merely a mindless monster. Rather, its encounter with Gandalf, the Grey in Moria, presents an epic battle that transcends mere physical age. And contrary to popular belief, the Balrog is not just a mindless beast. Instead, it represents an ancient power that almost brought destruction to Middle-earth. If the Balrog had been left unchecked, it could have posed threats to Sauron's schemes due to its immense willpower. Unlike orcs and ring wraiths who succumbed to the One Ring's control, The Balrog might have proven too powerful in the events of Fellowship. When Gandalf let go of the bridge, he and the Balrog, known as Durin's Bane, tumbled through the air into the heart of Middle-earth, engaged in a fierce battle all the way down. And so for saying that the needs in the book, there isn't an explicit mention of the exact depth. However, math-oriented Lord of the Rings enthusiasts generally agree that it's more than a few kilometers deep. This is about the only agreement they have, as the precise figure remains a contentious topic with ongoing debates. Nonetheless, the duo battled their way up to Middle-earth's highest mountain, Doran's Tower. The battle lasted an unbroken 3 days and 2 nights, ultimately leading to